LEGO continues their tradition of celebrating the Spring Festival with two new sets based around the event. 80112 Auspicious Dragon and 80113 Family Reunion Celebration both release on January 1st. Thanks to LEGO for sending me these early. Unsurprisingly, both are beautiful models, which is what we've come to expect from this line. The 1,171-piece dragon makes for quite a striking display model, and using no stickers is a huge plus for it. The Restaurant of Family Reunion Celebration is much more of a playset though, with 13 minifigures and an open back that allows easy access to the building's interior. This set was a delight to build, but I kept thinking, why isn't this a modular building? I mean, there's probably the boring answer of the budget not being large enough, blah 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 blah, but even with the Chinese festival subtheme, there is precedent for compatibility with LEGO's modular system. I mean, take a look at 2021's Spring Lantern Festival, which seamlessly integrates with sets from the modular building line. It may seem like a bit of a missed opportunity, but here's the beauty of LEGO, you can make anything out of it. So today, we'll be making this restaurant fit to our modular street. Let's get to building. I'm going to try something a bit avant-garde for modular building. A half base plate corner modular. Stretching the restaurant to a full 32x32 seems a bit excessive, as the footprint of the actual set is pretty close to 32x16, but it would be a pity to sacrifice so much of the kit's beautiful facade. A corner modular will give us a lot more surface area to work with, and we'll be able to include plenty of those exterior details, like this vendor at the front of the restaurant, the fish tank, the flower store, and the orange tree. I'll use the ingot shingle design for each layer of the building because it just simply looks brilliant and adds some nice dimension to the structure. Now, the sides of the official LEGO modular buildings are usually pretty boring, but I've added some windows here just in case this would be placed next to a park or something more open instead. There's also now a rear exit, which should line up with most existing modular buildings too. The interior certainly gets a bit more cramped, but I'm doing my best to add everything from the original set. The small size does mean I have to cut the kitchen completely, but I've added some additional seating on the first floor instead. If you end up converting this set to your own modular building, I'd love to see how you'd fit in that kitchen. A full 32x32 corner building would be pretty sweet if you have the extra pieces for it. And hey, so far so good. This feels really authentic to the original so far, but is going to be much easier to incorporate into a LEGO city. Let's do the second level. Once again, carrying over as many details from the set is essential here, and in fact, it's making the building process a lot easier for me. I can simply transfer subassemblies from the restaurant that I have already built, bit by bit, into the new model. Once again, the interior gets a bit cozy, and the bathroom had to be axed, but I managed to squeeze in all 6 seats and all the food across 2 tables. The stairway from below even lines up correctly. And all the stickered wall decorations made their way into the modular version here too. Like the first level, I've tried to include as much detail all around to make the building look good on all sides. And now we only need to do the roof. It's quite simple compared to the previous 2 levels, but for once I feel like I have more than enough room here to work with. So much so that I'm able to include some extra details that had to be cut from the other levels, like the karaoke machine and painting materials. The last thing I need to add here is the sign for the restaurant on the corner. Alright, let's put it all together. We've got the Parisian restaurant on the right, and the police office here on the left. Ta-da! You know, considering I had about 3 hours to make this conversion, I'm pretty happy with the result. I ended up using probably 100 or 2 pieces from my personal collection, but the vast majority came from the set itself, which is a huge win and saved, of course, a lot of time. Plus, there's a bunch of parts left over from the set too, especially from that bulky base, which of course we no longer needed. I really like how this building looks from the other sides too. Here's where it meets the Parisian restaurant. The side windows work quite well. Around the back, the door lines up perfectly with the alleyway and gives easy access to the trash. If you were on the fence about getting this set because you weren't sure on how to add it to your city, I hope I've given you some inspiration to make some modifications of your own. With an extra base plate and a pretty modest bricklink order, you might get yourself a bonus modular building here in 2024. And if the Natural History Museum isn't your cup of tea, realize you can get 2 copies of Family Reunion Celebration and it would still cost less than that 1 modular. Now I bet you could easily fill a 32x32 space with all those bricks. Building, destroying, and then building this again was honestly a delight. I just want to encourage you not to be afraid to do a bit of destruction yourself. I mean, that's where the real magic of LEGO begins. Anyway, a Merry Christmas to you all, and have yourself a great life.